Hi friends, Kathy from Miami here. I promised you some recipes and here we go. This is a recipe for Caribbean chicken soup and it's going to be really easy to do in a pressure cooker or an Instant Pot in this case. So this is what it's gonna look like, the finished product. I don't know if you can see that, there we go. Super delicious, super easy, lots of Latin flavor. Even if you're not Latin, easy to do. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start by putting our Instant Pot or pressure cooker on saute. Right here. Boop. As it warms up, we're going to add 1/4 of a cup or just enough olive oil to coat the bottom of the insert. So 1/4 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil because it gives a lovely flavor. So we only want to use the best here, okay? Extra virgin. Once we're done with that, we're going to incorporate 1 large chopped onion into the saute. Also 5 cloves, smushed and chopped, of garlic. Okay, garlic right here. So I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so garlic. We're gonna put that in there. We're gonna saute it until you start to smell the garlic. Not until it's browned, okay? We don't want it to brown, just until you smell it. Once you start to smell that delicious garlic aroma, we're going to turn off the Instant Pot or the pressure cooker. In this model, it's very simple. There is an orange or red cancel button. We're gonna hit it, turn it off, okay? Next, we're going to incorporate a cachucha pepper. If you don't have a cachucha pepper, you don't know what it is. It looks a lot like a Scotch bonnet pepper, which is spicy, but this one is not spicy. So please do not confuse the two, all right? So we're gonna add a cachucha. If you don't have a cachucha, can't find them, no problem. Put 1/4 of a bell pepper, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, whichever one you prefer, right inside with the rest of the saute. At this point, it's off, remember, okay? So after you add that, we're going to add 1 leaf of culantro. Culantro. If you can't find culantro or you don't know what it is, it's similar to cilantro, it's a little different. If you can't find it, no worries. You can totally use cilantro. Got a little part like this. You just throw it in whole, you don't need to chop it. It's gonna be awesome. Put it in. After that, you're going to incorporate about 1/4 of a butternut squash, or half of a butternut squash is actually better. And you're gonna have it chopped into little pieces. The easiest way to do this is to buy it frozen. It already comes chopped up for you. It's about 15 ounces, so you just put the whole bag in there. Why chop so small? Well, because this is going to incorporate into the soup and create a beautiful color and a beautiful flavor and texture to the soup. So really important, really small, okay? Put it in there. After that, we're going to add 2 plantains. They're going to be the ones that are ripe. So ripe plantains, the ones that are like kind of dark looking, they have little spots, that's the one you want, okay? You're gonna cut 2 of them into small, medium-like kind of pieces like this, and you're gonna put it in there too. Next, we're going to put in 2 bone-in, skin-on chicken breasts. Why? Boneless, skinless is obviously much easier to use, but it doesn't impart as much flavor to our soup as we would like. So we're gonna do bone in, skin on. 2 full chicken breasts, we're gonna put them right in there, no problem. On top of that, we're going to squeeze the juice of a lime. 1 whole lime, squeeze the juice, put it in there. Not to be confused with a lemon, okay? A lime. Limon in Spanish is actually lime. This is what we're referring to, okay? Lime. Put that in there. Next, we're going to put on top of everything about 2 pieces, large pieces, or 2 full corns or cobs of corn cut in half. So 4 small pieces like this. You can buy them frozen, probably easier, more available, and easy to use. So 4 of these, put them right on top of the chicken, everything else. So far we have the onion, the garlic, the pepper, the lime, the pumpkin, the cilantro or culantro, and the corn, okay? So what do we need next? Oh, and we also have the chicken. What do we need next? We need some flavor. So we're gonna use some adobo. I like the one with cumin, okay? You use about a tablespoon. Remember that adobo usually has salt in it. So we don't want to put too much because it'll make our soup too salty. You can always, to your own taste, add more after the soup has been cooked, and that way you control the salt level. After we put the adobo in there, 1/2 of a tablespoon, okay, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon. I like to use this type, which is a paste, because it has a more natural flavor and usually has a little less salt than the little cubes or the packets. Although you can totally use them, just be really careful with the salt level. Make sure you're not using too much, okay? Now, after you do all that, if you can't find an adobo with cumin, no problem. Use whatever adobo you have, and you can always add a little bit of cumin, just a little sprinkle of cumin right on top, no problem, okay? So once we have pretty much everything here incorporated, we're going to add rice. 3/4 of a cup of rice, less than a cup of rice. Why am I really insistent on that? And the rice should be either wild rice like this one or whole grain rice or brown rice. Why? Because it takes longer to cook. Rice does absorb water, and we don't want dry soup. So we're going to use a really nice textured rice just like this to give us a beautiful texture. Okay, we're going to put that in. Now, all pressure cookers and Instapots have a demarcation line, which is the max liquid that you can put inside the pot. So we're going to next add our liquid, which is water, filtered water if you can. So water all the way up until it's to the line, and then that line is going to pretty much cover everything that's in there. We're going to put back everything. We're going to close the pot. We're going to make sure that our little pressure indicator is closed so that the pot can actually get pressure and can cook things really deliciously, or else you're going to be waiting a long time and your soup's just not going to cook. Okay, so make sure it's on the closed position. Once it is all ready, nice and tight, nice and closed, we're going to turn back on the pot by pressing the soup or broth button right here. And that's already has a built-in time. In the case of this particular Instapot, if you don't have an Instapot and you're using a regular pressure cooker, electric pressure cooker, it would give you 20 minutes on medium pressure. Make sure it's medium pressure. Why is that really important? Because we don't want our soup to become mush and just have everything fall apart. So medium pressure, okay? So right here, boop, already does it for you. 20 minutes, medium pressure. When that happens, your Instapot's going to stay on, and it's going to heat up to get the amount of pressure needed so that the cooking time can start. Okay, so it's going to take a few minutes. You're going to get full pressure. It's going to beep at you, and then it's going to show 20 minutes right here. When the 20 minutes are over, I mean, you could dance, you can do all kinds of stuff waiting for it, but once it's over, we have a couple steps, really easy though. You're going to depressurize your pressure cooker once it is off, okay? You are either going to do it manually, which requires you moving this to the open position. Be very careful because this has a lot of pressure. It's very, very hot, and it has a lot of vapor. It could definitely burn you. You have to be very careful. If you choose to go the safe route, you can definitely just let the actual Instapot decompress for a few minutes. It'll take quite a few minutes, but it'll decompress naturally if that's how you want to do it, okay? A little safer. So once that's done and you're able to open the Instapot, because the little nozzle here has gone down, the little indicator that the pressure is gone, so you can open your pot. You're going to open it, and you're going to get those cooked chicken breasts inside. And once you have those cooked chicken breasts and you pull them out, they're going to be fully cooked, okay? And you're going to shred the chicken meat. You're going to remove the bone, you're going to remove the skin, and carefully shred it so it's not too small. So it's a nice, pretty kind of aesthetically pleasing chunks, okay? Once you do that, you're going to put it back in the pot, incorporate it all so you have a beautiful, beautiful soup. And that's it. You have beautiful Caribbean chicken soup. If you want to add a little, what we call caché, a little flavor, a little zhuzh of something beautiful, you can add a little parsley or chopped cilantro right on top of the plate, and you're going to have a beautiful plate of soup just like that, kind of, that you can enjoy throughout cold and flu season. Anytime you want a little bit of Caribbean comfort food, definitely easy, affordable, and something you can do on your own. Even if you're not much of a cook, Just follow some instructions, let the pot do all the work. This is a great investment if you don't have one. They're about $100 for a 6-quart like this one, and they're worth every penny. So this is Kathy from Miami. I hope that you enjoy your own Caribbean chicken soup and celebrate a little bit of my Caribbean, Spanish, Portuguese / African / Native American ancestry right here in one pot. So one pot, easy cleanup, lots of compliments. You won't regret it. Enjoy. Bye. Bye for now. Kathy from Miami.